Greetings everyone. Let's look at the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12. The word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than a double-edged sword, piercing through joints and marrows. What you have to know as a child of God or as a believer, whatever problem you are finding yourself, whatever evil incantations were made against your life, whatever words were spoken over your life to keep you stagnant in life, you should stand on the word of God, because here we have read that the word of God is sharper than a double-edged sword. It pierces through. So whatever evil incantations were made against your life, if you start speaking the word, those words that you are speaking, they are sharper than you can imagine. They can penetrate through whatever situation you are in to dissolve that situation. The word of God is so powerful that when we learn how to vocalize it, it will work wonders for us. The word itself can cause your spiritual deliverance. So whatever situation you are finding yourself in, it could be that someone has laid a curse upon your life. The only thing you can get your total deliverance is when you start using the word of God. The word of God is sharper than a double-edged sword, and it pierces through the bones, the joints, even to the bone marrow itself. So this word of God, when you speak it, it will go through whatever evil word was spoken over your life. And it will pass through that word and dissolve that word, so that such a word will not continue to have any negative effect over your life. Let us learn how to stand on the word of God and use the word of God as a shield of protection over our lives. The word of God is so powerful. Again, the Bible tells us that once the word of God is spoken, it shall never return to him void, for it shall surely accomplish what it is meant for. The angels of God are messengers of God. Wherever they hear the word of God is being spoken, they will quickly come there and pick up that word and start using it for what it is meant for. So this is the importance of you starting to use the word of God. No matter how things are difficult for you, you should just learn how to speak the word of God. Learn also how to bless yourself. Look for the biblical scriptures which applies to your situation. And then you should quote those words. Father, your word says this, and your word says this about me. So when you learn how to take God at his own word, you will see things happening in your life that you have never imagined they were even going to happen. Because now you are not acting on your own word. Remember, you are quoting the word of God. So my point is here is whatever problem you find yourself in, whatever case was laid upon your life, whatever evil incantations were said over your life, to destroy your life, to make your life stagnant, there is no progress, people hate you for no reason, nobody sees any good in you, people look at you as if you are a failure, people look at you as if you are useless, nothing good in you. Some of these are the effects of those negative words which were spoken over your life. Some people go on to utter evil incantations over other people's destinies. What you have to do as a child of God to destroy the effect of any negative word that was spoken over your life, you should start using the word of God. We have just read in the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12 that the word of God is so powerful. It passes through the joints and even to the bone there, to the marrow. It means it goes to the root, to the source of where your problem is coming from. So you have to stand on the word and use the word to destroy these evil effects of what the enemy is planning against your life. You can't afford to keep on living a defeated life. You are a child of God. You should equip yourself with biblical knowledge. Spiritual awareness is what you need as a child of God. And because you are just going to live a life that is pointless, there is no growth, nothing good in your life. You are just living for the sake of living. Because you are alive, you are not dead. Because now you have given the enemy power over your life. No, we have to learn on how to act upon the word of God. Ignorance is a very, very powerful satanic weapon in the hand of the enemy. He keeps people ignorant of acquiring biblical knowledge, because on that ignorance is where the enemy preys, and then he uses your ignorance to destroy you, because you don't know what the word of God says. Again, in the book of Hosea tells us that God says, the word says, my people are being destroyed because of lack of knowledge. That lack of knowledge is ignorance, and that is what the enemy uses. Ignorance is a very powerful weapon in the hands of your enemy, and that is what they are using against you, because you don't know what the word of God has promised you. So you have to start studying the scriptures so that you can know God's promises over your life, so that you can know which biblical scriptures applies to your present situation, for you to use them, for you to stand on those words. The word of God is so powerful, as we have read, and this is what we have to use as our shield of protection, as our weapon when we are fighting spiritual battles. Thank you so very much for your time. Remain blessed.